Oh man, I gotta work on that title sequence. Well, everybody, welcome to today's Woady Plays video. Today's gonna be kind of a special video. As you see, it's Megaman X, but it's a little bit different. It's the no-hit boss challenge, basically. So I'm gonna defeat the 8 Robot Masters, just the 8 Robot Masters, not Vile, not the Sigma Fortress guys, and definitely not Sigma himself. So basically, I'm not gonna get hurt. So we're gonna start with Armored Armadillo. Funny thing, actually. So when I was editing this video together, I don't know what happened, and I think there's some funky going on Premiere, so I'm gonna have to work with it maybe on later videos. But my title sequence didn't like fade in like it's supposed to, and there was supposed to be text that shows up during each of these battles that tells you the name of the villain, his weakness weapon, and what weapon he gives you. But like I said, I don't know what happened. It stopped letting me put text, but you know, I'm gonna get that worked out and fix those kinks and everything. So here I'm fighting Armored Armadillo. Basically, most of these bosses in this game have a pretty simple pattern. Well, simple to the extent of they do roughly the same attacks. It's just a matter of knowing when to dodge what attacks and how to dodge various attacks. So Armored Armadillo here, one of those things he does is he likes to bounce around everywhere on the wall, as you just saw, and that's not a very hard move to dodge. It's just a matter of knowing which, anticipating which way he's gonna go. This move right here is a very commonly used move he does. That's basically, you can jump over it a few times, 1 or 2 times in the video. You'll see me actually dash underneath. That one takes a little bit more precise timing. You have a higher chance of hitting yourself than just jumping over it. Another thing you have to be careful of, his third attack basically is if you, as you see, I'm not using a Charge Buster shot, because if you hit him with a Charge Buster shot at the wrong time when he's doing that, he actually will absorb the damage and he'll fire it back at you. If you actually use his weakness weapon, which is the, if I remember correctly, it should be the Electric Spark, when you hit him with it, he's actually going to lose that armor stuff and he won't be able to block anymore. So, yep, there we go. We took him down, so that's 1 down, 7 to go. He was, it took me a handful of tries to beat him, mainly because of, like, the blast stuff and just anticipating the dodge and things like that. So let's move on to Boomer Kawanger. To the second stage is going to be. I actually go in alphabetical order as the files on my computer saved alphabetically. He's definitely more jumpy than Armored Armadillo is. He gives you the boomerang cutter when you defeat him, and his weakness weapon is actually the homing torpedo you get from Launch Octopus. So his big thing is, as you see, he's jumping around a lot. So obviously he can dodge your charge blast. He does that to me a few times in the video. A couple close calls for me here too. When he does that, he's annoying to hit. If you stay down there and let him do the warping around, you're not just continuously moving. He may appear behind you and he'll grab you and slam you. There's a live hand right there. I almost got a hit. I freaked out when it happened. I was like, oh god. I was like, it almost went down. And then he throws the cutter, and basically, it boomerangs backwards. So sometimes it goes, back upwards, back downwards. So we took down Boomer Kawanger, as you saw. That one was a little bit quicker than Armored Armadillo because he doesn't have a block like Armadillo had. So let's move on to the next stage. Here we have Chill Penguin. Chill Penguin, and I could be wrong on this because I only know a couple people who play Mega Man besides me. Chill Penguin is typically the first person most people go up. Basically, there's 2 ways you can go about playing Mega Man X. You can go Chill Penguin first, because when you go to the Chill Penguin stage, you have to get the dash boots. Basically, there's no way to not get the dash boots that I'm aware of. It's like literally in the middle of the level. You can't even like jump over it if you want to go through it. So you can do 2 ways. You can go Chill Penguin first, get the boots, so that way you can be more dodgy against some of the bosses. Or you can do them last if you want, and not have the boots to help you. So him, again, simple attack pattern. Basically, he'll create those ice sculptures. You can just shoot him to take him down. the reason why he creates them is because he's going to jump. When he does that, they actually will go towards you. So if you're not careful, they'll hit you. He likes to jump high at a big arc. He also shoots the ice balls. Sometimes they go straight across. Sometimes they kind of slide along the ground. So you have to be careful of that. He'll do that. When he does that, you actually can't hit him. His weakness weapon is actually not. There's a monster called Flame Mammoth, and no, it's not the fire weapon. That's his weakness weapon. His is actually something that I just knew 5 seconds ago, and I've completely forgotten. Holy crap! You get the shotgun ice from him. No, it is. Yeah, it is the flame. Okay, I'm sorry. It is. Flame Wave from Flame Mammoth is actually Chill Penguin's weakness. I'm sorry. And then the shotgun is the weapon. Shotgun ice is what you get. And speaking of Flame Mammoth, here we are in Flame Mammoth stage. Also, you know, I realize I don't have full health here. It happens. I'm not like amazing at this game to where like I got through the level without taking it, because there's some enemies in those levels. Especially this stage. This stage just jumps at you. It's crazy. So Flame Mammoth here. He's actually probably the easiest, if not the second easiest, next to Chill Penguin. Mainly because it's a big stage, and he does, you know, he really only does, you know, 3 feet. He'll jump at you. You know, depending on where you are, he'll jump really far to, you know, to reach you. So sometimes you got to be careful, like right here. You know, if you're not careful, he could hit you as you're on the wall. He'll throw that down. That just kind of slows you down. When he lands, you actually, if you are on the ground, you actually get stunned for a brief moment, and he'll shoot fire at you. He's not, like I said, he's not very hard to defeat. He gives you the Flame Wave, which is Chill Penguin's weakness weapon, and his weakness weapon is actually the Storm Tornado. I don't remember, like I was saying with Armadillo, if you hit him with his weakness weapon, he loses his little shield. I want to say, and I could be wrong about this, I think when you hit him with the Storm Tornado, something happens. I think you cut his trunk off, and he doesn't change the floor, or he doesn't fire the roof. Something happens when you actually hit him. See, if you can't figure out the weakness weapon, a lot of times what you can do is you can just fire any of the special weapons you have, and a lot of times if they react to it, like a stun or stop whatever they're doing, this usually means it's their weakness weapon. But I'm going through this just using the X-Buster, which is actually a new challenge for me. I've never actually... normally I do the weakness weapon path and get that completely, but yeah, I figured this might be a cool little video showcase, fighting these guys with just the X-Buster and not taking a single hit in the fight. So here we have Launch Octopus, who is my least favorite boss to fight, and honestly doing the no-hit on this guy took a hefty amount of time. So he's definitely got the most area effective moves, you could say, because so he's got those missiles he likes to spam, and he's got the fish. And I tell you, man, like, cause he jumps towards you, and if you're not careful, like when he's really close, he'll shoot the fish out, and they're so annoying to deal with. So he'll do that when he goes up and down. Don't get in that, because if you're in that, he will grab you. A lot of times you want to charge up a shot, an X-Buster shot, and fire it at him as he lands. Because sometimes right as he lands, you see there, he jumps all the way over to the right. If you're too late, you'll miss completely, and it's a waste of a charge shot. The missiles and the fish you can destroy. Actually, I kind of like with this battle because he's not spamming. He actually doesn't do the fish move again, which I completely like that off, because a lot of times that was like my deal breaker. Like, I would just get to the end, like just need to hit him one more time, and it was so annoying. When you defeat Launch Octopus, he gives you the Homing Torpedo, and his weakness weapon is the Rolling Shield, I want to say. I think it's the Rolling Shield, which is what you get from Armored Armadillo. But again, like it's weird. I knew all this like when I was typing in the text for all this stuff to pop up on the screen. I knew it, and I've already forgotten. It's kind of funny, actually. Moving on, I think this should be stage 5. 5 or 6. Actually, it might be 6. So here we are with Spark Mandrill. He was annoying at first, mainly because the trick with fighting him is when he's up on the wiring like that, you want to be as far away from as possible. He actually doesn't fall until he meets with you, basically. And I say the reason why you want him to be as far away from you as possible is because he's got to move. I think he's going to do it here. No, if he doesn't do it here, that's his electrical thing where, you know, it rotates around the map. Not the hardest thing to dodge, it's on the wall. It's very hard to dodge. He should do it here. He's going to try and punch. Yeah. When he does that, your charge shot will stop him, but the problem is the less distance you have, the less you have to potentially anticipate. So like, right, because there were a few times where he basically got me with that, and that's what was my deal breaker. And the funny thing about this was, I actually had to kill him in no hit, or I died. Because when he hits you, you can lose all your health. Because I actually go through all this with just the boot upgrade. I don't get the helmet upgrade. I don't get the arm cannon or the body armor upgrade to reduce the damage. So that's Spark Mandrill. He's down. Gives you electric spike. His weakness weapon is actually the shotgun knife, and it's great because when you hit him with it, he actually freezes in place. Now this, oh man, this level is the bane of my existence. And I thought Launch Octopus was the most annoying battle to do. Well, I got to him, and it was, to me, it was so annoying because he does this move, and a lot of times he always starts off with it. So there's two things he can do. So he's going to start off just grabbing his tongue up there. He does that, and it's so annoying to deal with. Mainly because it's not predictable on where they're going to fall. It did take me a handful of fails to realize if you use the dash, it really helps with dodging it. Because like you'll see, one of the times he does it, I actually do a lot of quick back and forth right here. See, like right, like I should have got hit. You know, like I got really lucky. The other moves he does is, like he goes invisible, and so you can't hit him when he's invisible. So he'll do that where he'll try to come to you and he'll tongue lash you, and other times he'll go up into one of the corners typically, and he'll usually fire his tail, the tail stings. Average he does it like 3 times. Sometimes he'll do it like once or twice and then go invisible. When he comes towards you invisible, don't be on the corner of the map. And I say that because when you're on the corner of the map, he has a higher chance of hitting. It's a lot harder to dodge. I made that realization after a while. I was like, you know, he's hitting me, I'm not dodging it, this isn't working. So, when he's invisible, I heavily recommend what you gotta do is you basically gotta just stand in the center and just anticipate it. See, that was a pretty quick dodge there. His weakness weapon is actually the boomerang cutter you get from Boomer Karanga. And it's great because when he does his hanging from the ceiling, make the spikes fall down stuff, the boomerang will actually knock him out of it. So you may get like 1 or 2 off, but most of the time it won't be that extensive. So yeah, this one was taking a full hour to basically get through. Unfortunately, it was rough. There were a couple times where I got really close, and then he would do his little like ceiling spike thing and just completely crush me. It was annoying as hell. And down goes the chameleon. He gives you the chameleon sting, and Storm Eagle's weakness is the chameleon sting, and I believe he should be up next. In fact, we should be wrapping it up actually, pretty close here for the most part. Yep, this is the 8th and final Robo Master. Storm Eagle is actually pretty easy to fight. He gives you the Storm Tornado, which is Flame Mammoth's weakness weapon, and his weakness is the Chameleon Sting. So with him, he's going to do a couple things. So this is where he just flaps his wing and basically pushes his back. If you have the dash boots, you can just dash at and just keep spamming your X button, just, you know, as you saw, just a good chunk out of him. For this one, just kind of go back and forth. If you're continuously moving, most of the time he won't hit you. He doesn't like anticipate the going ahead of you to try and catch you. Or in the worst case scenario, you can just dash back the other way. So like if you time it right, you can dash underneath him and then fire your blast into him, and it's basically free shots if you're lucky. He has one more attack. I want to say he did do it on me. I think it should be coming up soon. Yeah, see, sometimes like you gotta be careful when you release it. You may fire it off in the wrong direction. So sometimes he'll do this. He'll shoot it. He'll basically spit an egg out, and it releases 4 birds. You can kill them with your blast, and one charge shot is enough. Just go back and just show fire. And then sometimes he'll actually fire the Storm Tornado, which is what that was. That one really pushes you off the stage. And if you don't have the boots, it practically will, most of the time it'll get you, if you're really close to the edge, it will knock you off. Well, that is the 8 Robot Masters, as you saw there. So there's no cutter edit, so I didn't have another Robot Master to go to from there. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed me defeating the 8 Robot Masters from Mega Man X without taking a single hit. So, that's it for Woady Plays. I will see everybody tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.